Man, I started kind of early. Well, I know it's late as hell, but I forgot to send out text. So we gonna go on the text before we gonna get the music started. Let's go and do this text. I don't even know what I was thinking about. Obviously, I wasn't thinking. So, but the show was late today because me and my son had to make a trip, and also. It's one of those lazy days, man. The day after Black Family Day. So I want to catch up on some of the conversations that some of y'all might have had around the dinner tables yesterday. You know what I'm saying? If you celebrate, or some of the thoughts that you might have came up while you wasn't celebrating with the rest, with celebrating Black Family Day, or what people want to call, some people call Thanksgiving, thanks for taking day. With some of the conversations that went on, you know, it was a marvelous time to bring up some of the issues that we face as a people, with people that might not, under and regular circumstances, even think about this. So let me see, Daily Toast, come and join us. G&J Media .live, or listen in at space, add a short URL. We're going to add the link for our podcast. Yes, we are. We'll throw that down right there. Also, our lines. Also, the Black line is open. 614-556-4535. I know a lot of y'all like, damn, brother, you late. But like I said, you know, me and Cleve got, you know, we had a rare time where it was just me and him. We got up and we got out and we enjoyed ourselves. And also, I noticed that around 12 noon, I sent out a text earlier, so I was going to send this text out to everybody. So I didn't want to overwhelm people's book with text. So, you know, I said, all right, cool, I can hold off. So me and Cleve went and handled some business. Now I'm back, but I'm suffering from the afternoon sleepies. You know, because, of course, you know what I mean. We went out and we ate good. Yes, we did. Yes, y'all. Yes, we did. So we got some news that we could cover. Just a little bit of news that we could cover. All right, so let me see here. What's going on my timeline? All right, you share the link. All right, cool. He broke. All right, so we're going to also look at this thing that was shared with me. I don't know what it's about. Damn. Then there's another article somebody posted up saying how we kill our sons before they die in the streets. Wow. Who posted this one? All right, this one was posted by Gye-Nyame Jones, but this one was posted by Sean Clinton. Information Man Show. Watch conversation with James B. Fowler, ADOS reparations on YouTube. Oh man, some of y'all been hell. Some people been out here getting busy. Now those that are posting, and you are editor on Gye-Nyame Journey Media's timeline. Make sure you throw your name on the articles. Because we're going to definitely go through some of this stuff today. Now, who posted this up? Somebody else that's Gye-Nyame. So, you know, thank you for posting up, but it got you down as Gye-Nyame Journey Media Sharing. I would love for you in the comment section or in the line where it's talking about when you can tell about what it is. Make sure you throw your name in there so I can make sure I give you some shots out. You know what I'm saying? All right, so here we go. Let's get it started. Late afternoon, toast and talk. Late afternoon, toast and talk. Late afternoon, toast and talk. Toast and talk all day.
Mr. Diddy.
Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, breathe, breathe, then drink. Man, now, grab your glass and get some water. Get your container of that water. I got a picture. Lift your container of that water or your pitcher. Simply pour some water. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink? Now, move your body, drink some water. I know it's late, but still, move your body, drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Family, move your body. Drink, 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 drink. Or should I say, move, move, and drink? Now raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink, 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 drink. Lift, toast, then drink. Man. Take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Hey, hold on. 4 pillars of health. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Now remember, take your breath. Breathe, drink half your weight in ounces, but hey, take your breath. Eat according to the appropriate diet, then lift and pour. Then, hey, move your body. Come on, keep it fluid. Toast your ancestors, drink up. Drink your water. Drink, 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 drink. Drink your water. Listen, take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink. Oh man, I know it's kind of late. But man, I'm feeling like it's early morning. My body is dragging, man. It's like, I don't know what's going on with me. But that water felt good, so y'all gonna have to excuse me. I'm gonna drink some more water, because I feel something trying to creep up on the brother, and I can't let it. We can't let nothing slow us down. We gotta keep on moving. But family, yo, man, this is great to see y'all. We gonna knock out this toast, and then I'm gonna open up the lines, give some of y'all time to go and get up here in the chat. I know it's kind of late, but I figured this is a lazy Nia. I know some of y'all out there going mad out there going shopping, but do not forget that we have the G&J Mall popping off tomorrow starting from 12 to 6 p.m. Come out and support the family. Come out and support the vendors. Come out and walk around and network. Come out and have a great day, family. Oh my God. I'm looking so forward to seeing some of y'all. I don't even know what to do. I'm excited about it. We had the room ready for the last 2 days. You know what I'm saying? And just the only thing we need is for your warm body to be in the place, right? We're going to have the toast early tomorrow, so I can get up out of here and get to the school on time so we can have it. But we're going to have a quick toast and talk, but I'm looking forward to seeing a lot of y'all in person. Last month when we had it, I was blessed to be sitting at the table with some brothers, and we was really having some good brother time, having some good conversation, man. It was a marvelous time, as well as being able to see some of the vendors and stuff like that. I got to catch up on some of my soap. I'm hoping somebody will be there with detergents and all that stuff, because I got a lot of stuff that we got to get out the way. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. I see you out there. I'm not ignoring the fact that you just threw something out at me. You threw something out at me. So hey family, now the tip jar is up. I would love to see the tip jar getting filled up. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, we here. We're providing the service, and we would love for you, if you like the service, go on and just tip us up a little bit. Brother Kwame said, I must apologize to Sister Christine for yesterday. Mass speak is very precise, and so there was a miscommunication. I found a way where she was absolutely correct. Man, don't you come on here starting no math shit this morning, man. This afternoon, man. My head's still spinning now. My head's still spinning. But Sister Christine, if you out there, Brother Kwame wants to send his warmest regards, and as well as apologize, because he has worked out the problem, and he has found out a way where there are absolutely there's a way where you can end up having 364 different gifts. Is that what I'm hearing? Alright, but hey, that's called research. That's called something that sometimes we have to do, and then sometimes we have to, when we wrong, we got to come back and we got to do exactly as the Black Yoda is demonstrating. We have to humble ourselves and be like, hey, I was wrong. I was wrong. Ain't nothing wrong with it. This is how we grow, right? Hell, shit. None of us are infallible. None of us are above mistakes. And once we start realizing that, life gets good. You understand what I'm saying? Life gets good once we start really understanding that fact. Family, lines will be open. I'm going to finish this water. We're going to get into the toast. Because that's the most important part. I know it's a late afternoon. Some of y'all probably either sleep or you out shopping. Y'all too busy for Brother Hot Tim right now. You're like, Brother Hot Tim, we don't want to hear that foolishness today. And I just want some of y'all to share some of the conversations that you had around the table, because I'll share one that I had, after I get a couple of drinks up in me. I'll be like, my daughter caught me in rare form because I was whispering to one of my grandsons about belts, and I'm going to share my little piece of conversation sitting around the table. Of course reparations came up, because as we, my mom every year, she get us to stand in the circle and we talk about what we're grateful for. And, the family tradition. So, come around to me, I'm like, shit. I'm grateful because we about to get those reparations. I know some of y'all be like, man, brother Tim, man, it's impossible. They never, ever gonna give us reparations. But let me tell you some other shit that never, ever was gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Some of my ancestors never, ever would have thought that any of us would be able to go to school. You know what I'm saying? Some of them thought we would never, ever be able to use some of the public services and shit that we're using right now. At one time, motherfuckers never, ever thought that a nigga could pull out something called a lighter and just strike fire. You know what I'm saying? And never, ever be able to sit down and watch a football game in HD. Never, ever, be able to fly multiple people, not only across the country, but around the world. We would never, ever been able to connect all of America through highways. And we wouldn't have never, ever, no way possible that we could have been walking around with a miniature computer, a miniature camera, a miniature microphone, all in our goddamn pocket and call it a telephone and be able to call all over the world. Do you know that if you are savvy enough with this little device, your ass could do something that they never, ever thought you could do? I could talk to people in other countries for free. What? Never. Impossible. Never, ever would I ever, you know what I'm saying? 10 years ago, now, not for me, 15 to 20 years ago, I wouldn't have never, ever thought that I could get on a little device that sits in my pocket and talk, or at least be able to put a message out that was available for hundreds of millions of people to look at all they wanted if they wanted to. Are you serious? Without a TV network? Man, there would never, ever be a black president. Regardless of how you feel about him, that was at one point in time a never, ever. You know what I'm saying? You would have never, ever thought we'd be having discussions about gender. That shit's still hard for me to believe. You know what I'm saying? That I would be insulting a motherfucker if I called him sir. The shit actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Well, I'm not a sir. Well, you got a mustache. Well, I prefer not to be called sir. Sir? Well, I can't call you sir. Don't call me sir. What you want me to call you? Shit. I never thought I would, you know what I'm saying? I'm just being respectful, but shit. I would have never ever thought that me looking at another male and being sir would be insulting. But hey, you know what I'm saying? This is the world that we living in, family. We got to get out this never ever speak. You know what I'm saying? Really, come on now. I have a vehicle outside that I could jump up and go to Atlanta in less than 8 hours. Hell, I live around the corner from an airport where I can get a cheap enough ticket to fly to Atlanta 8 hours away for less than $100 if I shop right. Are you serious? So when we come out with this they'll never, you know what I'm saying? Family, this is why I constantly try to teach y'all about the whole idea of the stubborn minority. The stubborn minority is about changing the impossible. That's what a stubborn minority does. Nigga, you don't have to be comfortable with the change. But I just need you to know, change is coming. You understand? You understand? So not only is reparations going to happen, there's going to be a whole lot of earth-shattering shit, because y'all got to understand this whole argument about reparations, because this is one of the thoughts that hit me. When I was younger, one of the common phrases that I used to hear was that black people all over the world were waiting for black folks in America to wake up. We thought it was more history. We thought it was us becoming a little bit more international. But the wake-up call was us identifying ourselves as a tribe and forcing the hand of this country to radically change itself. Please understand. So I'm sitting up here thinking today, like, damn, I do remember we used to say that the entire world was waiting for us. Waiting for us to do what? Just to become historically aware, that helps. Become politically involved, that helps. But being clear on who we are, where we are, and why we are. See, the tribe of ADOS is rising. You understand what I'm saying? It's rising. We are awakening. Why? Because we are taking the power of Kuji Chagalia and we are identifying who we are amongst the tribes of African people. This is very, very upsetting to the status quo because once we start waking up, other people have to answer for how we ended up in this situation. Not only those that are white, but also those that are black. How is it that we have been moving backwards, but have been convinced that we are moving forward? Come on, family. Y'all got to hear me. Like I said, like and share. Join the conversation because this is about to go down today, hopefully. It depends on y'all. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, Brother Hatim, I know, and people like, Brother Hatim, you ready? You willing to fight? I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting every day to get this shit up. I'm fighting every day. I'm fighting every day to get my young people to start thinking, yes, I'm ready to fight. I've been fighting. I've been fighting for shit, my whole adulthood. I remember when I first got married, and one of my brothers came to see me, and I introduced him to my wife. And my wife was very upset, because I'm sitting with my dudes. We about to go out. And he said, Oj, because this is what he called me. Like, Oj. He wasn't the one. He called me Hatim, but he knew me before Hatim. So he was like, Oj, listen, dog. While we was out here getting pussy, you was, you was into that black shit. You still into that black shit. And just let me tell you this, player. Your wife needs Niagara Falls. What the fuck you mean Niagara Falls? She need a vacation, nigga. You need it. I said, dog, you know what I'm saying? It's hard out here. I said, dog, listen. Listen. Just take it. While you was studying books, I was studying women, nigga. Let me, please, listen to your brother. Like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Because, and this is the fact, my whole adult life has been consumed with how can I help my people. That's all. You know what I'm saying? Even at the dinner table, it was so funny. My niece's husband was like, what's going on? Because he met me as Hatim, but my niece was born before Hatim, right? I think she was. She was born before Hatim, but she also one of those. It's still, you know what I'm saying? She still called me by that name, and he met me as Hatim though. But because he in the family and shit, and that's what she called me. He called me that to kind of try to get on my nerves, let me know, nigga, I got some, I know you, nigga, right? You know what I'm saying? So he called my name. He said, well, what's up? I said, well, shit, we trying to take over the city by 2023. He like, damn, I'm glad to hear that you still on that shit. Because the date ain't changed, ain't shit. I said, dude, it's going down. You know what I'm saying? I need you to activate some of them young niggas that you working with. We need votes. He said, but man, a lot of them got felonies. I said, listen, in Ohio, that don't make a motherfucking difference if you served your time. And if you are paper, you might not even need to be off paper, but we got to get clear on that. Somebody out there could do the research for us, and we could do the research to find that out. But we need to get these young boys activated and moving towards the polls. I'm like, y'all see y'all. Some of y'all sitting out thinking somebody playing. I'm very serious with this shit. I'm every connection that I have, I'm shaking motherfuckers to the polls. And so that thing, I want to get them practice. So by 2023, you know what I'm saying? We could be walking in with 2 to 3 seats on that motherfucking city council. We gonna be able to rock the school board. You know what I'm saying? Hell, and then after that, we gonna be able to mount an attack on the goddamn mayor's office. Yeah, we're not playing here. Y'all can play. I'm not playing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm shit. When I'm sitting up here saying, listen, you know what I'm saying? We got to have individuals that can speak up for us, right? In the streets, as well as in some of these places where these rules are made that directly affect the flow of cash that comes out of our pocket, or the flow of cash that's coming into our pockets. We got to have a say so. But yo, this brother Tim, I'm going to take a sip. I want to remind you and welcome you to the home, to the congregation of the mighty, to the home of the stubborn minority, to the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. This is a Heart of a Simba production, and this is the Daily Toast and Talk. This is our late afternoon edition. Simba, God damn it, get it together. Y'all eating up all my spiritual food and be stuttering it. And we strive to blow up your old paradigm. Y'all about to be unemployed. Once again, boy, good help is hard to find. Anime been on it, but Simba and Explosion is just tripping. I don't know what the hell going on, but y'all better get it together. All right, let me finish this water, and we're going to do this toast. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. See, okay. Yeah, a lot of y'all just chilling today. Y'all like, man, this nigga going and rant by himself. I'm going to enjoy myself. What do you have against those who have speech impediments? I ain't got nothing except, you know what I'm saying, if I'm paying you, right? Anime, Simba, and the Explosion all get paid. So when I want the Cry of the Phoenix, the Roar of the Lion, and the Explosion, that shit better happen when it's supposed to happen. We ain't got time to be playing around here, Gye-Nyame Journey. These pennies be counting, dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm reaching a breaking point. It's like shit. Shit has to be paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't be hesitating when I be giving them their spiritual food. That shit costs money. Right? You know I'm not playing, Kwame. We at Gye-Nyame Journey be squeezing pennies and shit. Then they want to eat. They only eat urban gym greens and shit like that. I don't know. I got the only vegetarian lion that eat greens and shit. Expensive greens. Cause urban gyms, I got the hookup. But he eat a whole lot of motherfucking greens. That costs a lot of money. And we don't have a lot of donators. You know what I'm saying? Hell, it's hard enough to get Gye-Nyame Journey members just to go and pay on time. Reaching. There's a lot of us out here who simply broke. Damn, who you telling? Shit, I'm one of them. I'm one of them. My brother came on yesterday's talk. He said, man, everything I got is paid for. Shit, everything I got is used and borrowed. Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here talking to a brother who paid cash for everything. Shit, everything I got is used and borrowed. And I'm sitting up here like, damn, you know what I'm saying? I know I'm not alone. Because I see the numbers. See, that's why I love the whole ADOS piece over all that other shit, because ADOS came with straight numbers that I can look at and I can go on and research myself and be like, get the fuck, are you serious? Is this shit real? Other motherfuckers just got, I got my own hashtag. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag, nah, nigga. I need some numbers. I need facts, right? You know what I'm saying? Let's throw some numbers, and cause I hear a lot of folks, man. I got a regular YouTube diet. I'm regularly reading books. You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking for new information all the time. So when people come, now they have to come because it's a certain illusion that we as a people have been living under. And it's like right now, I'm rejecting all that shit. It has become so troublesome for me now that I have to be like, man, this is some straight 100% bullshit. I hear you. Where the numbers? How is it useful now? How can I feed my crew? You understand what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? How can we create an employment opportunity with this new information that you're giving me? See, because like, for example, in Gye-Nyame, I done mastered the skill of finding ways to be able to get funds so that we could do certain shit. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm looking at all these other people. I'm like, yo, shit, all right, because I see what you're doing, but how can that shit help benefit my tribe directly right here? Because I got people right here, right now that are depending on me in a sense to eat. That's a whole different level of responsibility. And I ain't just talking about my kids. You understand? I mean, because like I said, I could fuck up and I'll fuck up for a whole bunch of people. I'll fuck up a whole bunch of people money just by me fucking up. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say it is important that we come together, because we got to find that staple that can hold and maintain us so that we can continue speaking in the way that we speaking, or at least have those places or those individuals that can speak for us, but they got to be legit. And what do I mean by legit? Because the individual, because we haven't made it there yet with Gye-Nyame, with any member of Gye-Nyame totally yet, but we're slowly progressing towards the point where we're going to have somebody that's going to be able to totally speak out. Why? Because the people will be providing for them. They won't have to worry about, in a sense, but there are people out there that are living off of us, that are feeding us bullshit, right? And telling us it's top grade steak. I'm just saying we need to redirect some of those money and get into supporting those individuals within our communities that can actually become a voice of change for us. Not only can they help guide the direction, but they also can get the ear of those who we pay our money to all the time. You know what I'm saying? Because another thought came to me, because y'all know I be reading a lot of gangster shit and stuff like, government is an extortion racket. You pay protection money. That's one of the reasons that you have informed governments. They are protection racket. That's one of the key functions. They protect you in your business. They protect your property. You understand what I'm saying? It's a protection racket. And we've been paying our fees, but have not been receiving the protection that we need. Motherfuckers have been able to just come and just fleece us. Like when you look at this whole 1866 lawsuit, this lawsuit that Byron Allen got going, and family is so, how can I put it? ADOS is like 3 years. Those people that's been truly on this whole ADOS piece is like 3 years ahead of everybody else with this shit, right? Because people are like, oh, this shit is not even real. It's not. See, one of the things that really caught me about ADOS is when they start making me really ask some of the questions. Like, for a lot of the people that I thought was out there actually doing it, Antonio Moore came up with this concept called the decadent veil. For those that don't know what that is, you can look that up. The decadent veil, just to get it covered real quick, is in a sense, a false image that is projected to us as black people that fools us into believing that because a few of us made it, you know what I'm saying, it's possible for the rest of us to make it. You understand what I'm saying? And we know that this was out here, but Antonio painted it in a way to where it's like, it's not as many as we thought. You know what I'm saying? It's like we got this focus on this focus and this false drive for a place that don't even exist for us as black people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of the people that's been propped up in front of us aren't as wealthy as we actually think they are. Boom, and people call that shit hating because he came out with this shit and he started talking about it. But like I said, this was 3 years ago. If you was listening, you could hear it and you'd be like, so you start noticing, you'd be like, damn, these motherfuckers are not really moving like wealth. I'm just saying. And brother, I tell you what that got to do with the toast today. Listen to me. Family. In the last couple of days, now, after the civil court hearing, after Comcast is doing this blast, you know what I'm saying, after certain individuals get mad at members of ADOS and start coming out and talking about how this is a finesse just for Byron Allen, we got several motherfuckers who fit up under the memorandum of understanding that was signed by Comcast, right? That they were supposed to be helping certain black media outlets, you know what I'm saying? Black media companies, you know what I'm saying? TV stations like Revolt and shit come out and be like, these motherfuckers ain't did shit that they were supposed to do. They have not followed the memorandum of understanding. Once again, another violation that these motherfuckers are just going to get slapped on the hand for if anything happens. Right? Because in the memorandum of understanding, they finessed it so that they said they just would help establish black companies. It didn't say that they would guarantee these companies a certain amount of business. So what that means is, cool, I'm going to make this major merger that will give me access to all types of media content. The government is going to okay it if I just help a couple of black companies start. Knowing that the process of becoming a successful media company, family, please understand this. You know, this is why it's kind of bold for me to even talk about having a media. The amount of money that it takes to just be is like to start any type of media company. There's a lot of money that has to go in the front. Even when you're doing something small like this, I had to go out and buy mics. I had to buy different computers. I got to have 2 separate phones so that I could do the shit that I need. I got to have calling lines and shit like that. So I could only imagine if I was trying to do some shit on a national level. They only promised that they would help establish these companies. They didn't promise that they would help these companies become successful. You know what I'm saying? And y'all be like, well, that's not fair. That's not business. Listen, family, when let's think about Comcast. Let's say a company like Comcast. I mean, and it's simple, man. These motherfuckers are in a lot of black homes, right? And those of you who have had Comcast, because I had them before, And it will be certain channels that you want to get because these channels look like you. But in order to get these channels, you have to go and get the premium package. So you'll be paying what, $150 a month for fucking cable? And then they'll throw all the other stuff in there to make you feel better and shit. And you be like, God damn, I ain't watch TV like that. I just want to be able to turn on the TV and see somebody look like me. Or see shows that represent me. But all the shows and all the new channels that you're hearing about are way up on the top of that list. So now, what Comcast is doing is, yes, they're starting these companies, but they're fleecing the black community because in order to get these companies that represent you, that look like you, that might have content that's interesting to you, you have to go in and buy the top tier. And I know some of y'all, I know that might be flowing over some of y'all's heads, right? These motherfuckers entered a business agreement that was supposed to be protected by the United States government, and they said they just was going to help these companies. But what they are doing, they are hindering these companies. And in many cases, these motherfuckers are strong-arming these companies that if they want more, they got to give up a piece of, they got to give a piece of their ass. Come on, family. Come on, family. Once again, the protection money that we paid out, called these taxes, are not being utilized for our benefit. There's no consequences for stepping up on us. Comcast could be like 40% black. All of the black stations on top tier, except for possibly BET that I can remember. Right now, all of the shows, all of the channels that we want to see are up on the top tier. So we got to pay extra money just so that we can get some shit that makes us feel like, shit. All right, cool, we doing it. And some of us would do that. I would do that so that I can have access to what the fuck I want. But everybody can't afford that shit. Why isn't these channels that are black, because I'm speaking specifically for us, that are black are not in the basic package? Now, let me tell you why. Because if the black channels are in the basic package, this means that Comcast has to sign a contract with them and pay them out every month when you pay your cable bill. Which means that these companies will have a certain amount of revenue coming in every month because we already know. So if I'm on a basic package on nationwide, this means that on the cable companies where I'm near and I'm on a basic floor, this means I got a steady flow of income so I can start creating better content, which means that I might start competing being able to compete with some of those other companies out there. Family, we have been finessed into a position where we can't win. And this brings it back. See, this is why I love being around my elders, even though I didn't understand them at the time. Dr. Kelsey told us something a long time ago in a conversation when he was building APDS. He said, family, you got to always remember, they will only give you enough money to fail. God damn it. Anime! Let me say that again. Get on your job. God damn. They will only give you enough money to fail. And I know some of y'all miracle and deep thinkers, secret thinkers. You know what I'm saying? Think that we could, you could warp reality if you believe that you can. But I'm going to tell you right now, after exploring the secret, right, I have never secreted up my rent. I got out and got it. So rather than the secret in Gye-Nyame, we don't use the secret in Gye-Nyame. We use the concept of make it happen. God damn it. Because it's not going to happen by you just visualizing that shit. You got to get out and get it. That's what we doing. But what's going to be what's coming out with this trial is that they're showing that they are blocking our ability to get out and make it happen. Now, this is happening on the media level. What other levels is this happening on? How many of y'all have run into certain roadblocks when you tried to start little businesses or start little ventures and shit? And you start finding out that there's all types of laws and rules out there that work almost like specifically against you, but because you think it's just happening, because it's happening to you, you think it's happening to everybody, but it's not happening to everybody like that. It's not. Black life the ADOS life is a very unique one indeed. But it's a unique enough and it's a large population enough that other people benefit from your suffering. Come on, family. Class is in session in this motherfucker, boy. I ain't playing with y'all today. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Black Friday and shit, right? You know, because I got a call today and they said, Brother Hatim, you should have canceled. You should have canceled the market tomorrow because motherfuckers they done went Black Friday crazy. And I got faith that at least my regulars gonna come out. At least the regulars is gonna come out. I got faith. You know what I'm saying? And like a boom, I'm sending out the text messages, I'm talking about it, making it happen. Right? But if it don't happen, now I'm going to be faced with the issue of whether or not we as a family, we as Gye-Nyame tribe, need to continue on with this venture. In the way that we're carrying it on. So I want y'all to understand that, like I said, there is consequences for my decisions. And Gye-Nyame is not a monarchy and shit. You understand what I'm saying? I need y'all to understand. Because it's like, motherfuckers, I got a certain leeway that I could run with. But after a while, some of the tribe members start looking around and be like, yo, nigga, hold on. The rank bees is being pulled and shit, right? And I'm like, I got to agree, fam. I agree. You understand what I want to keep it regular, but we need your support, right? Y'all, because I'm looking crazy right now, and because like I'll be satisfied with the numbers that we got, but the fact of the matter is because we got such a large facility, and we're able to use such a large facility. And we are only able to possibly bring in enough people for not even one room. And then we almost been doing it a year. I'm looking stupid, family. Looking stupid. All right, but it's cool. I finished my water. We get into the toast. I'm going to open up the lines so that we could go and have a conversation. Let me do the toast first. I'm running my mouth. We're going to drink a little bit more of that red. Like how it's bubbling up there. Woo! I love that sound. Man, all right. Maybe this could make me feel a little bit, because I'm feeling a little bit under the weather. I mean, I love to talk to y'all, but I'm sitting up here like, man. Let's go on back over here. All right, family, if you are on, go on subscribe. If you are on our GNJmedia.live or you're on Gye-Nyame Journey on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe in order to get your points up. At least let me know you in it, because every time you get involved on the timeline, you get a certain amount of points. You get a certain amount of points for how long that you're on, when we on and stuff like that. And like I said, the first to 1,000 will receive some free merch. Let me tell you all where y'all at right now. Let me go and refresh this merch window. I want to refresh it so I can make sure we up. But this ain't actually the merch window. If you go on to gnjmedia.live, you could go down, you can scroll down, and you can see the in a sense what's called the leaderboard. So let me go down. So right below, oops, I'm on the wrong page. I feel stupid. I'm on the merch page. I don't want to be on the merch page. Let's go. All right, it's refreshed. I hope it's refreshed. Well, that's the up there. All right, so if you go to the G&J Media page, you'll go down and you see the merch. Then you see Cloud Bot Loyalty. And if Streamlabs was like it was before, I would be able to stream it to you. But I can't at this point in time. So let's see. Damn, Brother Gye-Nyame has moved up to number 3, and he's at 500 points. Miss Navita is still at 185. So, and I don't know, Miss Navita, I don't know. Have you subscribed? Obviously, you subscribed. I know what might be the problem. All right, family, to get in this contest, the chat bot constantly, you'll see some say, a original Daily Toaster front and back giveaway is going on for viewers using it's exclamation mark GNJ MERCH. All you gotta do is put that there so that they can but because since in the video you on here and I see you commenting, but I don't know why your points are not adding up. And the only thing I can think is that you might not have entered or you might not be subscribed. I don't know, but they got you at 185 points. But Brother Gye-Nyame, after that flurry of conversations yesterday, moved his weight up to 500 points. So right now he is third on. Well, actually he's first on the leaderboard because the only reason that the other two are up high is because one of them is me and the other one is the Restream bot. But Brother Gye-Nyame has brought his weight up significantly up to 500 points. Let's see who else is on here. Navita is at 185. Hatim Gye-Nyame on my other is at 131. Miss Virgo 66 is at 80 points. Regina Hassan is only at 30 points. I thought she was higher before. No, Regina Johnson. Army of X is at 15. Kimberly S is at 15. Tanika is at 10 points. Fireside Chat is at 10 points. Renee is at 10 points. Gina Brown is at 10 points. Wilson Neal is at 5 points. Miss Nubia 3 is at 5 points. Cosmic something is at 5 points. So family, come on, get these points up. Start making those comments on that YouTube. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe on the YouTube. Get into the game. I'm kind of tempted. If I understood, I'm trying to figure out how this works. But they have where you could bet points. I don't want to get like a casino thing going, but I'm thinking that I'm going to spend some time tomorrow trying to figure out how to get this casino piece popping off. So people could be betting, and we could throw up conscious questions or conscious challenges, you know what I'm saying? Where you can put up a certain amount of points and receive points or lose points, you know what I'm saying? But, maybe we might let Brother Gye-Nyame come up with some good, but then he wouldn't be able to I don't know how we would do that shit. All right. I got to talk to Gye-Nyame about that because the questions I want to ask, I want to be able to be precise in how I ask them because Gye-Nyame has totally demonstrated that if we are not looking at stuff in a precise way, there's a bigger chance of misunderstandings, and I don't want to have any misunderstandings. So I'll make sure I got everything right so we can make stuff happen. All right, family, let's go on and let's move on. So let's go on. First off, we're going to raise our glass. We're going to raise our glass to the creator by whatever name you choose to call it creator. We lift up our glass, we salute that creator, and we say with one resounding and powerful Ashe. From there, family, we move on to the list of our illustrious our fabulous, our marvelous ancestors that pull us together. And, that in a sense, we were feasting with, because, like yesterday, for many of us, has been a family, what I'm saying? This is as far back as I can remember, my family has been getting together on Black Family Day, or what is also known as Thanksgiving, or we jokingly call it Thanks for Taking Day. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? So many of us are following long family traditions, right? And yesterday was a day where, in a sense, some of these family members that I'm gonna be reading was also remembered. And family, I need y'all to understand that every time we call on our ancestors, it's sort of like we're throwing what's called ashe at them. We empower them. We bring them to a consciousness to where they are able to assist us. There's a reason why they got you scared of ghosts and shit. You know what I'm saying? And when I tell my kids, especially my daughter start talking about that shit, I say, y'all ain't got to worry. Y'all ain't got to never worry about no ghosts. You know why? Because you got ancestors. What you mean? Well, listen, your great grandma will kick a ghost ass. I'm just letting you know. You protected, right? So you know what I'm saying. So when we call on these energies, right? We calling on these energies. These are beings. They're not even extended family. You know what I'm saying? They're a part of the family that we have been, through our trauma, we have forgot. Because if you look at African culture, if you look at the ancestors are a real part of the family. It's not extended family. They are part of the family. You know what I'm saying? In some traditions, you will see a chair left open for them, a plate left open for them. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of us, we be missing this. Let's say, Brother Kwame say, man, I got a small found pic of the nieces and nephews who attended the family dinner. And man, I was truly full of gratitude for the many loved ones and to be so loved. It was beautiful. That's what I'm talking about. You understand what I'm saying? These traditions, right? And like I said, this is where Kujichagulia come in handy in our family lore, the child of Kujichagulia. Because shit, we have the power of definition. Redefine the shit. Redefine it. Use it for what you need. What we need. We need to bring our families together. These are days where families come together, and they have been coming together for years. And for us to miss the opportunity, come on, man. Come on, man. You know another opportunity is coming too. What? Especially in Columbus, Ohio, right? Another opportunity. Not that you're going to go over there and fuck up the situation, but you know Ohio State about to play Michigan. Ooh. Family. We got Black Family Day. Got a break. Then I know those of you that like football, y'all going somewhere. And like I said, the seeds need to be planted. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do nothing, be like, check out GNJmedia.live. Check out my channel, GNJmedia.live. And when you see, because I want y'all to be able to say that. Say it with me. Check out my channel. Say it. Check out my check out my channel. You got a channel? Yeah. GNJmedia.live. I see a lot of pictures of this funny looking dude on here. Yeah, I know. I'm one of the producers. You know what I'm saying? I donate to the channel. That's my channel. I got a show coming out because some of y'all got shows coming out. Hey, Clay. Real life here, Gye-Nyame Journey. Heard somebody at the door. Hey, Clay. Come here, please. All right, peace to you, Navita. Navita, which YouTube channel are you on? Because you only got 185 points, baby. I'm trying. Kwame, give me that letter on the ground. Kwame jumped up to 500 points. And I'm trying to figure out why you're not getting the points that you need to get. Okay. This is what I wanted to see. The ring. All right. Like I said, everything I got is used. Kwame, Kwame said, we just celebrated our 31st family reunion, and we've been having these Gye-Nyame dinners for almost the last 10 years. The one I don't see at the family reunion, I see at the Gye-Nyame dinners. Uh-oh. Goddamn. Rent is a very painful thing to look at. One day I'll be living in the compound. We be having Gye-Nyame down. Have a big Gye-Nyame sign and everybody's all around. We got our family, friends, all living together. You know, I'm just saying, you know. Are you going to the regular J&J? Have you subscribed? I see, and I guess in some form or fashion you have subscribed. But I want to make sure that you are getting the points, because Kwame is whooping everybody's ass. I'm just saying right now. Bro, you not considering my blind man's handicap, laughing out loud? Yes, I am. I'm trying to read it. You said, but it says, and we've been having these it's Gye-Nyame dinners, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm trying, brother. I'm trying. Sister Tara Hassan, if you want to get in on the contest, you need to go to gnjmedia.live, and you can comment on and subscribe to the YouTube channel. So we toasted. So right now, but what I was trying to say, family, every time we toast our ancestors, every time we had these celebrations where we remember our family members, right? We empower them. Our ancestors, just in the recent centuries, have not become, they have been wiped out of our reality, when they have always played a major factor in our reality. As a matter of fact, one of the reasons that a lot of people think that they can get away with the shit that they get away with, because we have stripped their whole spiritual aspect from our consciousness. The aspect that you represent something bigger than you, and there is something watching you. Something watching over you. And there's certain things that you have to do to stay in line with that. Well, not only will the ancestors turn it back on you, but the family will turn it back on you. Brothers say, no. The reason I have so many points is that I have a blind man. No, that ain't why they giving you no goddamn points. They giving you points because you commenting on the timeline. You coming in under Gye-Nyame Journey. You subscribe. You got a certain amount of points for that. And on top of that, you have been regularly commenting. That ain't got nothing to do with your nothing to do with it. My ancestors walk with me daily, and they need to be walking with us each daily. So, family, on that point, let's get down to it. We want to call out Miles Brown, Ms. Ann, Robert and Texana, Davis, Brown, Senior, Rosalie Tilly, Georgia, William Walter, Christopher Fanning Gasson, Eileen, Uncle Chris, Fiend, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Flora, Montague Pittman, El Normal X, Pet Ma, Rob Malik Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Farmer, Ella Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Gye-Nyame. Now, you know another, and I know this is going to freak some of y'all. You know, has anybody ever really looked at kind of the symbolic meaning of Halloween or Hallowed Eve, and why it's called such, and why in European traditions they will put up scary shit? I'm just wondering. Y'all might want to check that out. Elder Gye-Nyame, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Brofro, Hector Jr., J. Edwards, Carlisle Harris, Grace Lundy, and be like, that has something totally to do with ancestors. I'm just throwing it out there. Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling Lucy Wright, there, Gail Pulling, the Luxor brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Ree Nelson, Miss Ree Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Lonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, James Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Derek Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Lois Henderson, Kevin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Rustin, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Mildred, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge, Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bert Beatty, Sarah Weller, Be the Farmer, Agoso Sue, Shell Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn, Theodis Hasbury, Harvey Hasbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Terrell Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, Mary Elizabeth Rogers, Mary Esther Kitchener-Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Jarrell Giles, Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy, Southern Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mildred Owens, Booker T. Bowden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon Thornton, Richard Thornton, Lavinia Hall, Freeman Bankster, Mae Moss, Althea Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quails, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quails, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vimy Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, Derrida Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W.S. Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry Worrell, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Harry Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Adam Tep Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Ellen Ohio, Franklin Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brendan Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Alice Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dilly Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan. We also have William Walter West, Najla Perez, Elder Basiji Fulani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Waters, DePretis Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winter Priest Canterbury, Wilson Haley, Alma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pina Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothy R. Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Naylon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Ann Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gatson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Akabuki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Trice, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Amina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Gleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, I'm Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eula and Andrew Baker, Patricia Edwin Brooks, Gwendolyn Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet McKay, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Eno Baby Hatch, had Senior Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Dorita Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Lily Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Cofer, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mae Francis, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford, Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Heap Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Vanilla, Albert Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce, Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Vaughn, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Ramey Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Baba Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.J. Brantley Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Ruth Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban, Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rayshawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekamaha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarin Coper, George Swan, Imani Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles A. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Evans McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon, and we move to the Black Book. Oh, pull out the Black Book. Oh, pull out the Black Book. We got Joylis Giles. We got James Carswell. We got Roberta Adams, lovingly known as Aunt Sis. Elder Shaka McNair, L. Anthony Brown, Jonathan Ford, Lottie Gaucher, Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James, Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shank, Lewis, Ronald Shelton Jr., Damian Top, Westina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama, Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cunda, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jamonte Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mekins, Egg Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Gardner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Gray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khalid is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant. We got Sharifa. We got Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Desandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fannie L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete. Now, Sonny is a separate name. I just need that to be known because in the family tree that I received, his name, and that's something I got to figure out. He didn't have a last name. It was just Sonny. Pete Walton, William Walton. Everybody got last names, not Sonny. So I got to figure that shit out. We got Fred Powers, Elijah Juan Hakeem Nkomo, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, Dr. Kareem E. Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton, Roger Wright, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Johnson Carl White, Desi Woods, T-Lar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Annie Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Nettie Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samandi Daman, Ethel Marshall, Steve Dougie Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray. We want to raise our glass to all of our ancestors. We want to salute them, right? And we want to make sure that we open the way so that they can go on and start running some interference for us because we definitely need some ancestors out here working because that's what they do. I'm trying to tell y'all, family, I'm feeling the energy now. I'm feeling the energy. Our ancestors are active in our lives. As Sister Tara say, all her ancestors walk with her every day. And family, your ancestors walk with you every day. But we have to acknowledge them. We got to call, say their names, say their names. I'm just saying, family, because we got to start energizing that part of our lives. We got to start bringing that part of our lives back into existence. We got to wake up, because I kept looking around because I'm looking at the paper and at the angle I got it, the light was hitting. It's not doing it now, but the light on the page was different. And I'm sitting up here like, is there? You know what I'm saying? Am I having a breakthrough or a breakdown or some shit like that? I'm looking down at the paper and it's bright. I'm sitting up here like, shit, family, I'm trying to tell you, the ancestors are here and they just waiting for us. I mean, and listen, going back and listen to one of Marcus Garvey's speeches. He said he's going to come with an army of 100 million Africans on the whirlwind. We got ancestors that are wishing for us to move forward. The only thing that's happening right now is they're waiting for us to start recognizing them and start calling them into action because they are part of what's going to go out and make all this stuff. Not alone, not just us making it happen. We also got our ancestors working with us to make it happen. You know what I'm saying? How many of y'all got ancestors that want to see you struggling and see your grandchildren struggling and your great-grandchildren struggling? How many? You know what I'm saying? Because if those are the type of ancestors that you got me calling on, you need to call me and have me strip those motherfuckers off the list. Fatherfuckers too. I don't want to be sexist. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo. She said, we need to have an ancestor celebration. We just did. That was what Black Family Day was. But, like I said, that is nothing. We got space. We could do an ancestral celebration. I have no problem with it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, I'm going to tell you the best time of year once again, and this is going to kind of surprise you. The best time of year for us to do an ancestor celebration is on Halloween. I'm just throwing it out there, right? The Halloween or once again Black Family Day, which is also that within this area, it's somewhere around here, because you have solstices, you have equinox, but in between the equinox and the solstice, there's a quarter day. So if we now, maybe Kwame could explain this a little better. If we look at a circle, right, the solstices will be, and we're looking at the circle right here. The solstices will be at the top and the very bottom. The equinoxes will be on the side. In between those equinoxes are like quarter days. So there's like quarter times, right? So because between in between the equinox and the solstice is 90 days. So it goes, we got the solstice here, we got 90 days, bring us around 90, I guess that would be like 90 degrees. That would be 90. That would bring you to the equinox. Then we got a whole nother, you know what I'm saying? Then we got a whole nother 90 days from that equinox to the next solstice, right? So there's 180 days in between each solstice. There's 90 days in between each solstice and the equinox. But then in between the solstice and the equinox, there's a 45-day period. There's a 45-day period. There's like a quarter day there. And if you look during the autumn, about that 45-day period is around Halloween. Those days, those quarter days, those 45-day period in between, let's say, in between the summer solstice, then we got from the summer solstice, we go to what? The autumn equinox. From the autumn equinox, we go to the winter solstice. From the winter solstice, we go to the spring equinox. From the spring equinox, we go to the summer solstice. So now, the ideal time for us to have those days is that 45-day period in between the solstices. If you want to keep it aligned with the seasonal piece that we're going through out here. Now, we could go and set up other days, but the ideal thing to align it, because they call those quarter days, and those quarter days are known as like cracks in which the spirits are able to get through. This is why people would, in Western Asia, they will put up scary things to kind of scare away the spirits, because this is like a crack. This was known as a crack time. You know what I'm saying? Where there's a crack between the realities. All right? Just saying. Just throwing it out there. I'm on the phone with my sister. Thus can't listen too tough right now. It's cool, Brother Kwame. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying. Those days, hopefully somebody out there can, you can start charting that shit out. Because those are the ideal holidays are those high days. Is the solstices are the high and the low days, and then we got those corner days or those equal days where the time is like 12 hours daylight, 12 hours nighttime. Then you got those quarter days where there's a quarter of the change. You understand what I'm saying? And boom, right there is the ideal time for us to start setting up the holidays. So actually, when it comes down to it, as a people, we need to be having 4 and 4. We need to be having 8 holidays. You know what I'm saying? Or 8 periods within each year that we will be having, in a sense, some type of feast or some type of gathering. We're working towards that. All right, so we want to salute those ancestors, and we want to remember them, and we want to empower them so that they could go on and throw that power back at us. Because once again, it's a reciprocal relationship. We not only give to them, but they give to us. They give us some insights. You know what I'm saying? They give us certain nudges, right? They hold windows of opportunity open for us. They point out points of energy for us that we might not have noticed before. You know what I'm saying? They make things seeable that wouldn't be used, that you wouldn't necessarily notice. You know what I'm saying? They kind of jump in and throw off chance. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of hard to explain, but we raise our glass to our ancestors, and we say Ashe, but there is something that we need to study, and we need to study it from our cultural perspective. Not only using what our ancestors did in Africa, but also looking at how our ancestors on this side of the sea, in this new transformation of our people, in this new step for our people, how did we deal with ancestors and combine them and pull the best practices out of each side? Because part of the sickness that we have it right now, part of the sickness that we have is because we have disconnected ourselves from that spiritual realm. Our children are running crazy because we have totally I ain't gonna say our children is running crazy. Our adults are running crazy because we have disconnected ourselves. We don't believe in shit no more. I'm just saying. Raise our glass to those ancestors. I'm sorry, you got me going off. Oh man, but so now, family, what we gonna do? Where we go from here? From here, family, we want to give all of the Nia babies a round of applause. Shots go out to all the Nia babies. Oh, why my pants sit down? What's going on? All right. All the shots go out to the Nia babies. Man, listen, family. We are on Nia Day. Hopefully, somebody out there found some stories about Nia, got some sightings of Nia. See, because listen to me, family. Let me be clear with you. I need your help on Gye-Nyame journey. Not only now, see, because like I said, we don't got money, but support. Well, Brother Hatem, how can we support? Well, hell, why don't you get a Daily Toaster shirt? Can't get a Daily Toaster shirt. You can't afford it, right? Because I throw out the link for the merch. I did it on all the other channels, so I'll go and put that up for you. Also, you can join, you know what I'm saying, check out the philosophy of Gye-Nyame. What's behind the shit that we build, and what is the method that we use to get to the point where we are. Boom, right there, we got a free e-course for you. But also, another way that you can support Gye-Nyame, and it costs no money at all, is by subscribing or liking our page. You know what I'm saying? Throwing a thumbs up on a couple of other posts, or posting some shit up for us. Right? Throw your name on there so that you can make sure you get your credit, but also throw the hashtag for the principle that it represents. Because every news article, in some form or fashion, it has some type of reflection on one of the principles or more of the principles that we need to be looking at. This is why you posting it. Hell, shit, I found an article, you know what I'm saying? Somebody could be like, I found an article that reflects on the principle of Nia. Hashtag Nia. Post up the motherfucking thing. If you don't want the credit, that's cool. I just need your help. We need to become our own, we have to become citizen reporters. And sometimes a citizen reporter is somebody that helps with the research. It's not the person always in front of the camera. It's not the person always writing the stories. Sometimes you source the stories. And you might drop something on us that we might need to investigate, especially when it starts happening in Central Ohio. So shit, family, I'm sorry. In the moment, I can't, Lord have mercy. All right, family, we want to raise our glass. We want to think and we want to celebrate today. We want to celebrate this moment as we pour or we toast this beautiful, this marvelous day, right? We want to be thankful for it. We want to be thankful for this moment. We are in a moment of Nia. Family, activate your reticular formations. I hope you already did, and I hope you found some Nia active in your life. I hope you see it around you. I hope you see it in your neighborhoods. I hope you see it in your families, right? Because family, listen, life is hell without purpose. It's hell out here living on accident. And for many generations, family, some of our families, we've been living accident. We've been living on accident. You know what I'm saying? Start applying some purpose to your family. You was born. You know what I'm saying? I try to let my kids know. I tell Cleve, I said, Cleve, you was born to be a politician. You know, you might not want to be it, but you was born to be a politician. How you know I was born to be a... Because you tried to bribe me when you was 3 years old. That was your first official bribe. And it was a success. Because I was so thrown back that you threw up 27 cents to bribe me. You know what I'm saying? So that you was wrong. You was about the wrath of the wrath of the house of Gye-Nyame was about to fall on you. And I said, why shouldn't I whoop your ass? And you raised up that 27 cent so confidently. I had to take that shit. See, you got to pass this time, youngin. Oh, he gonna be a great politician. Oh, God damn, he gonna be a great man. Oh. I'm just like, wow. But anyway, we got to start putting purpose on our children. We got to start putting purpose on our families. Why did your family, why is your bloodline here? You know what I'm saying? And like I said, this is stuff that could be researched by you and your, why is your bloodline here? Why did you as a group, why did your family as a group, as an entity, decide to reincarnate in this bloodline? It is not a fluke of nature. It is not an accident. It is a certain reason that you have decided and picked this bloodline. Why are you in this blood? What is this bloodline designed to bring to the world? You, if you want to continue rolling through life as if you are a random anomaly on the board of existence. But I'm saying, family, when you start embracing and understand what we talking about here, Gye-Nyame, you understand that not only do you have a purpose, but the very family that you came through has a purpose. The very bloodline that you have. Was it meant to be a slave? To only service others? To only benefit others? Do your research. Why was your bloodline? Why did you choose to incarnate in this bloodline over and over and over again? Why do you keep coming back? Because you've been here before. And you gonna come back again. Why? What is the goal of your bloodline? See, if we was able to answer that question, that would change our whole children's perspective on education. It would change it would change and start reshaping the very reality that we see. And it would make it easier for you to understand your role in it. Because many of us, it's like we think, because like I said, because we believe in this whole accidental type, this universe that they teach us leans towards, Kwame, I need the word. Scientific word for chaos. They don't say chaos, but it leans toward chaos. But it's a word that they use that it lead. I can't remember the other word. I like the other word better than chaos. That this universe is an accidental event. You bigger than that. We bigger than that. Your bloodline is bigger than that. My bloodline is bigger than that. And it's the reason that all of our bloodlines are lining up right now in this moment. Right now in this moment is a reason why a lot of you have trusted me to go and do this daily toast. It's a reason for this. This shit is not accidental. We've been plotting this shit in real life, and we've been plotting this shit in the spiritual realm, family. This shit is not accidental. And we got to stop acting like that shit. But I'm raising my glass to this moment, because in this moment is the power right now. For those that don't know, Nia means purpose. Balance is the meiotic law. Yellow is the color. I got this beautiful yellow shirt, and it's available on GNJmedia.live/merch. And like I said, if I get enough orders, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be able to go on to one of my family members that make shirts, and I'll be able to get it right here. I just need to get the orders and shit. Right now, I can't afford this shit. Help. God damn it, help. Go to GNJmedia.live/tip. Right? You can tip us or you go to our Cash App. All right. Also, the Hermetic law of the day is rhythm. Male name for the day is Kofi. Female name is a fool. We raise a glass and we say, Ashe. From there, family, we move on to our children, our children's children, on to infinity. My daughters is with one of their older sisters, chilling with my granddaughter. This shit is incredible to me. I'm old as hell. So, wow. So we salute our children, we salute our children's children, and we salute our children's children's children. On to infinity, family. We got work to do. We raise up a glass, we salute them in advance, and we say, Ashe. From there we move to all of our relations. We toast and we say, Ashe. From all of our relations, we move to that selfish toast. Family, this is for you. What is it that you need in this moment right now to move to greatness? Ooh, come on now. What is it? Come on now. Got the glass raised for you. Ashe. Last but not least, you know where we go? Don't tell nobody. But right now, I want to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, outstanding, the most supportive individual in the world. The bravest, the wisest, the strongest individual in the room. Right now, I want to raise my glass up to you. To you. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, in 100 years. I'm going to open up these lines, 614-556-4535. Let's get up in here. Come on now, y'all come on in here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. We about to start this conversation. We're going to get the conversation popping off. You know, what conversations that you have during Black Family Day? You know what I'm saying? What is the purpose of your bloodline? You know what I'm saying? First, yeah, what's your purpose? And then what is the purpose of your bloodline? You understand what I'm saying? Is your people here just by accident? Are y'all, you know what I'm saying? You done fell into the talk of the evolution and shit, and you just a random speck on the board, and your family is just a random speck on the board of life? Or is there some type of purpose behind there? And even if there's not a purpose, can you be bold enough to set one? I mean, I'm just asking questions, you know. I have to shatter old paradigms. That's what we talk here. Call-in lines are open. 614-556-4535. I could talk to y'all about one of the things that I had to talk with one of my grandsons about. I gave him my famous belt speech. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Because he didn't have on the belt. I gave him my daughter caught a piece of it. You know what I'm saying? Where I talked to the young men about the importance of a belt. Why to wear a belt. And, you know, it ain't just because, you know, I don't want to see your drawers. You got to connect it to something bigger than that. Got to be connected to something bigger than that. So if y'all want to hear that, I can share that with y'all as well. But also, we got some news. We got some news on the timeline. Somebody was busy yesterday. They was posting up some stuff. Let's see. All right. So, retracing Ghana's old slave trail. Now, I posted this one up, and I just, you know, we're going to take a couple of seconds. We're going to go through this. We're going to go through this one a little bit. We're going to see it. Uh-oh. I think my daughter trying to get in touch with me. I think my kids might have drove her crazy. All right, they cool for now. All right. Praise the Lord. Good luck. Hope you survive. Hope you can do it. Praise your sister for taking them. Thank you. As they used to say back in oh, that's the wrong one. I don't even want to see that one. That shit old. How I end up on that? Let's go back. All right. Why is it? I didn't pin that one up there. Maybe somebody else came on the chat and came on there and pinned it to the top. All right, so I'm gonna read this one real quick, but I just wanted to make sure I ain't missing nothing on the Facebook page. Retracing. This is from An article from Atlas Obscura is on the timeline if you want retracing Ghana's old slave trade. The story of slavery does not begin with the Middle Passage. Interesting. As Dr. Spock would say, interesting. Alright, but I'm still trying to wait for the Facebook to pop up. So while we waiting for the Facebook, let's go. Alright. From Tamale, or Tamo, Ghana's third largest city. Tamale? Alright. I don't know. Ghana's third largest city. It has taken almost 4 hours to get here on a single lane highway following the White Volta River. Usually under 3 hours past shade trees on the sparse dry landscape, but this time political rallies and visiting dignitaries, including the country's president, have meant detour and delays. I made this journey as I have before. Let me tell you who the author is. The author of this is Chike Frankie Edozie. I made this journey as I have before to visit Pikaworo. I have never been there, but I'm going to put that on the list. As far as the eye can see, it's all grass clusters of stunted trees, rocks, and even more rocks. Some brown, some gray, like a London sky pocked with holes and crevices. The name translates to rocky area in Katsina, the local language. The rocks and boulders are strewn across a sweeping green meadow, the sight of which, after so much brown, is startling. Though it is the rainy season, the morning drizzle is gone and the clouds have given way to sunshine. Nearby in Nania, a tiny village 2 miles from Paga, a town on Ghana's northern border with Burkina Faso, Burkina Faso, wow. Oh, that's where, hold on. Ghana's northern border. And Burkina Faso is close to the northern border of Ghana. We need to, family, we need to keep track of all this because one of our sisters is in Burkina Faso. And she says there's been a lot of stuff going on up there. And I know that in the northern part of Ghana, when I was there was some issues up in the northern part of Ghana as well. We need to really watch that because we got a lot of Middle Asian incursions and Middle Asian belief systems that are causing a lot of confusion within our global family. I'm just letting y'all know that too, because all that. So for me, all that shit is an issue. It's just another form of white supremacy. I'm just saying, but if it brings peace to people, and they're able to bring it within a proper cultural context, we're able to redefine for themselves, then I'm cool with it. But when it becomes that brainwash fuckery, I ain't got time for it. I'm gonna shut up. Though it is the rainy season, the morning drizzle is gone and the clouds have given way to sunshine. Nearby in Nania, a tiny village 2 miles from Paga, a town on Ghana's northern border with Burkina Faso, people go about their business, selling cooking, building a life on the roadside. But this stunningly beautiful square mile of rocks and grass is eerily quiet, save for the chirping birds. A small group of visitors and I, led by a guide I've encountered on previous trips here, Aaron Azuma, 35, stroll around some of the boulders. Azuma leads us to a couple that have large oval holes in them, like giant thumbprints pressing into the rocks. One rather large, rectangular, one is filled with water from an underground spring. There's a sign, eating and drinking places for slaves. Some of the holes we're told were dug by captives who were forced to dig into the rock with their fingers to create plates. Where a local dish called tuzafi, made from maize or millet, maybe what cassava was served. They were eating from the rocks on which they were forced to stand. Wow. All 2019, Ghana has been rolling out the red carpet to celebrities, political figures, and thousands of other members of the African diaspora for what it has termed the Year of Return, a 12-month commemoration of 400 years since ships first began to leave its shores, bound for America, heavy with human cargo. Most of those who have come has spent much of their time touring cities and visiting the castles built on the Atlantic Ocean. These were the last places that their ancestors saw of their homeland. Few visitors, however, continue on a reverse journey into the Ghanaian interior to places such as Pikaworo, where the insidious trades took root, where thousands die in the earlier stages of the journey that would at every stage claim thousands more lives. The trek to the coast, the slave markets, the middle passes, and then more markets before they arrived at the plantations where those who survived were likely to spend the rest of their lives. Making this journey in 2019 fills me with sadness. I am confronted with the harsh reality that for many, the brutality of the Atlantic slave trade commenced far away from the ocean in tranquil villages like this one. Someone who had been captured into forced servitude in the interior might be granted freedom here, or marry someone free, or even a royal, so that his descendants might end up free as well, or even in a position of power. But it was different. It was a different story for those who made it to the ocean. A generational sentence. Generational sentence. I like how you use that term. And we just got them talking about we're generational people, right? Okay. In Pikaworo, next to the Dining Rocks, as they were known, is a small field where a few villagers from Nania have come to give an impromptu musical demonstration. They bang smaller stones onto larger ones sonorously. Azuma explains that this is how the captives here made music, and the villagers boisterously sing traditional songs with roots going back hundreds of years. I don't understand the words, but they're supposed to be hopeful, optimistic, looking forward to brighter days, yet they still call to mind dirges. Farther afield, there is a small rock that resembles a chair. The base is much slimmer than the top. The Azuma explained that this is not a natural occurrence, but rather that for decades, ropes have dug into the rocks. It's the punishment rock. When slave people who tried to escape or otherwise misbehave were lashed, seated, arms behind them, their heads tilted toward the sun. Damn. Now you know, I just want y'all, let me be very clear. These ain't white people that's bringing them from inland. I just want, I know, kind of sensitive for some of y'all, but these accounts aren't written down in any kind of Western historical text, but rather have passed down for generations. This is the way of history in this part of the world where griots and elders can point out which trees or rocks has a long story or a famous or infamous person buried beneath it. It is not the same as historical canon and therefore inspires some skepticism. But there's a saying here that appears in various forms. Until the lion has his historian, the hunter will always be a hero. That's rooted in one of those. We talked about that on Folk Tales for Grown Folks, right? From approximately 1804 until 1845, the local stories say Pikaworo was the base of a mounted slave raider, referred to as the Bagayo, or Bushman, and his small army. He was a stranger to this community. When he was embarking on a journey in search of people to capture, he got to this part of the community and realized this particular site was the only place he could keep the slaves healthy and safe from being freed by the local people. It was so isolated, says Azuma, who is from Nania and has a great guide and has been here, Azuma, who is from the Nania and has been a guy here since 2006. He was a black man who never told the people in Nania his origins or his name. I can't tell you his real name. All that I know about is that he was called Bagayo. No one else in the village refers to him by any other name. So they got pictures on here. You go through and you could go and finish. It's a nice long story, and you go and check it out. You know what I'm saying? They go to the ancestral river. Yeah, family. Yeah, family. I know it's a year of return, but some of us ain't gonna make it on the year of return. We're gonna have to make it on, and some of us gotta wait. I'll get our money right. By that time, it'd be the year of return part 2, 10-year anniversary or some shit like that. You know how we do. Some of us just gonna go when it ain't no return. Just welcome, snap my shit, and get over there. We gonna get over there, right? And I think that that trail of slavery, right? That slave trade trail, that's gonna have to be something that we gonna have to do all the way to Cape Coast, right? All right. So that's one story, but let's look at another story somebody else put up there. This is on Gye-Nyame Journey Timeline. Call in line 614-556-4535. I understand if you're too scared to call in. I with thousands and thousands of people listening. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. Y'all know, you know the family is tight. So call in with your wisdom. But now, somebody posted up a young man that graduated. And I think this is the one where the brother refused to accept the Rhodes Scholar. But let's go and check it out, see what he say. First, I want to see how long it is. Morehouse College valedictorian.
The people who are responsible for this also, his family. Tim Harris's family. Will you please stand and be recognized? They're over here. Should be very proud, as I know you are. Each year, one outstanding student distinguishes himself as the preeminent scholar in his class. A young man who embodies the Morehouse commitment to excellence in scholarship, a young man of extraordinary achievements. This year, that young man carries a major in mathematics and is from Detroit, Michigan. This exceptional scholar has a cumulative grade point average of 4.0. He has an impressive list of honors and activities. He was nominated for Phi Beta Kappa and the Golden Key Honor Society. He has been listed on the National Honor Society for 4 years. He is listed in Who's Who among scholars and has been the ranking scholar in mathematics for 4 years. He has served as a tutor and mentor at Dunbar Elementary School, and he has served as counselor, tutor, and mentor for the...
I would like to first give praise and thanksgiving to God, Ama, Gye-Nyame, Chi, the spirits of our ancestors, those who are in front, those who we follow, and my family and friends. For without these entities, I could not be the person that I am today. All of my achievements are a direct result of their presence within my life. I come to you this morning with the ancient Egyptian greeting of Hotep, which means peace, but not that surface peace that we hear every day throughout our lives, but an inner peace, a peace that comes from knowing who we are, a peace that comes from knowing our relationship to God, a state of being that cannot be changed by any external activity. No matter what we go through in life, no matter if we didn't get the job that we wanted, or if we didn't get the grade that we wanted, we still have that peace. Graduating from the only male historically black college in this nation, I thought it'd be fitting to begin with a poem that I heard during my freshman year in Crown Forum, a poem that for me put our mission, put our identity into perspective. It's entitled, I Am a Black Man. I'm a black man, an African man. My history is that of humanity. My roots predate the calendar. Africa is my home. My contributions are all that is, has been, will be thought. All that is, has been, will be said. All that is, has been, will be done. I am a black man, an African man, my father's son. My thoughts include his thoughts. My blood and bone and flesh include his. My work include his spirit. I follow in his footsteps. I continue them and make my own. I am a black man, an African man. Speak to me not of compromise. I am a straight line, will. I am an upward spiral, growth. I am a circle, fulfillment. My goal is perfection. My path is productivity. My vehicle is power. I am a black man, an African man, reascending my throne. I tolerate no obstacle. Hindrances do not deter me. I feed on impediments. I shall purge my kingdom. All pouches beware. It's game warning time. I am a black man, an African man. Do not attack me with media cries of chauvinism. Do not try to change me. I reject the effeminate. Do not ask me to cry. Tears are for the trembling and watery eyes and the thema to the warrior. Do not attempt to domesticate me. I cannot protect you with dishpan hands. I am a black man, an African man. In time of war, present me with harmony, but speak not to me of peace until victory is ours. Present me with unconditional love, that I might present us with unconditional liberation. I am a black man, an African man. Acknowledge my strength. Offer me not prizes for my weakness. Do not encourage the superficial. Tempt me not with diversion. If you are my friend, fight by my side or heal my wounds. If you are my enemy, confess. I am a black man, an African man. Detained but not destroyed. Enslaved but not extinct. Conquered and oppressed but not for long. I am a black man, an African man, fighting for the future, heading for home. Manhood be my momentum. Nationhood be my challenge. Familyhood be my reward. In a time when we honor our most prolific black scholars, our most prolific black academic achievers, with the names of one of the most racist and insidious murderers of black people that the Western world has produced, let us know that we have forgotten who we are. That the miseducational process that Carter G. Woodson so vividly explained to us over 70 years ago still exists today. Cecil Rhodes, of which we get the Rhodes Scholarship from, was England's main agent in the colonization and destruction of black people in Southern Africa in the 19th century. In the same tradition as The White Man's Burden, written by Rudyard Kipling in 1895, which said it was the mission of white people to civilize the half-devilish, half-childish black people of the world. Cecil Rhodes wrote, and I quote, "The natives blacks must be treated like a child and denied the franchise. We must adopt a system of despotism in our relations with these black barbarians and establish an order with the right race as the ruling class and the non-race as the rule." After the billions of dollars that he made from the exploitation and rape of black people and their resources, he was able to start a college fund to continue the dominance for white males at Oxford University. And we honor this man. And we hear institutions brag and boast that they had this many Rhodes Scholars or they had that many Rhodes Scholars. If we recognize who we are as a people, there will be a better chance of giving a person of Jewish descent a Hitler Scholarship, or giving the elderly black man from backwoods of Mississippi a Ku Klux Klan Scholarship, than to honor me or any black person with the Cecil Rhodes Scholarship. We have been fooled into believing that once we become the CEO of some Fortune 500 company, or once that we become a stockbroker on Wall Street, that once we become a stockbroker on Wall Street, that our struggle is over. However, Amos Wilson lets us know it is not the destiny of black people to serve the political interests of any other people on this world. We are to be economically, morally, spiritually, educationally, intellectually, politically, and socially independent. And for this to happen, we must make a commitment. We must make a commitment to ourselves. We must make a commitment to each other, to uplift black communities, to uplift black people wherever that they may be. So as we leave this campus green and go out into this world, we must use our individual degrees. We must use our individual professions to accomplish this task. So for all of us, it's going to education. We're not striving to be the first black principal of some school. We're striving to open black schools in black communities to combat the hundreds of years of miseducation and de-education that has destroyed our children's mindsets. For all of us that's going to law, we're not striving to be some corporate attorneys. You understand? We're striving to open up a black law firm in the black community to combat the social injustices that are systematically and unapologetically committed against our people, as highlighted by the Diallo case. For those of us that's going into medicine, we're not striving to be some head physician at some general hospital. We're striving to open up black medical centers in black communities to combat these diseases and viruses that are put onto our people every day on the street, combined with the denial of health care. For those of us that's going into business, we're not striving to be somebody's corporate manager. We're striving to open up black businesses in the black communities to create jobs for black people so we can put some of that $500 billion spending power back into our hands. If we don't do it, who will? If we don't use our gifts and talents for the benefit of black people, then those same gifts will be used to uplift other people, while at the same time the demise of our own. When the black historian, famous historian, Theophilo Benga came and spoke to me 2 years ago, he told us that we must work for 10. That we don't understand the responsibilities that we have to our people. We don't understand how many people's hopes and dreams and aspirations are dependent upon the decisions that we make in life. For all our people, those who won't make it to college because of the lack of love and resources in inner city black schools, we must work for them. For all our people, those who are caught in the prison system, which is turned into another form of slavery because the institutionalized means of achieving this American dreams was denied to them, we must work for them. For all our people, those who don't know where their next meal is going to come from, those who don't know where they're going to lay their head at because they've been kicked out of their homes, kicked out of their communities, as we saw the fences around the communities when we came to this campus, because some heartless, greedy businessmen wanted their land to build new homes and malls for other people.
Sorry, I had to go to YouTube because this dude's I want to see how old this is, because we need to look up and see where this young man is at this point.
Other people, we must work for them. For all the spirits of our ancestors, those who gave life in the time of living hell, in the time where they saw their fathers and brothers' heads on posts throughout the plantation, in the time where their mothers and sisters were raped more consistently than they were fed, in the time where babies were cut out the wombs in their stomach and their heads were stepped on in front of the whole community to destroy our spirit. They gave life. They passed it on to us, knowing that one day that their spirits will be avenged, knowing that one day truth and justice will reign free onto this world again. We must work for them. So as we embark on our separate paths, we must always remember that we are.
I'm gonna stop right here because this is 19 years old. You go and you can finish it yourself. It's the people sending it to me on Facebook, so. But I wanted to make sure I share some of that with you. And then we're going to move it on because we ain't getting no calls. How we kill our sons long before they die in the streets. This is an article from Medium that I want to take a look at. He has his PhD in teaching the mental nectar, but I don't know where. Wow. All right, this right here, this article is in Medium. It's from November 13th. Let's go and check it out. There are many black women. There are many black women praying for good black men. Hold on. But they are often the same ones who killed the very goodness in their own sons. Damn. Wait, hold. Oh, shit. Goddamn. Hold on, let me go and make sure. Some of y'all gonna be mad at them up. This is from Miss Melanian. It looked like Melanian. Alright, Miss Melanian. Ooh, she goddamn. They are the ones causing irreversible damage to his psyche long before the school and society nails his coffin shut. She got a picture of that mom that went out to her son that was in that riot and down there and started slapping. Got information about him from none other than Chris CeeLo. Unable to watch the recent horrifying moment of a mother beating her 7-year-old son and threatening to break his face for disrespecting his teacher, I was reminded of how I killed my own son long before he went missing 5 years ago. So, this is a deep article. This is not discipline. This is murdering the soul of your child. Growing up, my son loved me more than life, but I made him fear me worse than death. I screamed in his face. I beat him for making messes. I threatened him for disturbing me, and I dared him to cry when he was hurting. I broke promises to him. I denied him hugs and loving arms. Above all, I broke the trust of my divine purpose as a mother. A past that's haunted me 40 years resurfaced during the national coverage of a mother beating her son in Baltimore, Maryland. Several years ago, she was hailed the Mother of the Year by media, encouraging society to believe our sons should be beaten into submission because they must be no good. I was outraged by her vicious behavior, as many mothers were. Let me check the date on this shit again. Hold on. It says November 13th, but don't say what year. All right. I was outraged by her vicious behavior, as many mothers were. Some because they would never humiliate their sons in public in such a degrading way, and others because, like me, having long since lived to regret having violated their previous gifts from God in such a way. Our sons suffer a slow, cruel, yet invisible death when their mother is the first one to call him bad, the first to yell no and stop at him. His spirit is broken when she is the one who tells him he can't do this, to do this, shouldn't do that, and better not think of doing anything other than what Master allows. Family, I'm gonna let you go and finish reading that, cause I'm interested in how you think, how you feel about it. I'm not really sure. I want to check the date on this. I want to check the date on this. But anyway, because it appears she's talking about the young man back then, but she's writing from a very personal place. So family, read it with an open mind. Get the message. You understand? Get the message. Because some of y'all get the message, please. Leave the mess. You know what I'm saying? Eat the meat, leave the bones. Eat the fruit, leave the seeds. You know what I'm saying? All right, now. So family, I'm about to get up out of here, because I know my daughters is running my older daughter crazy, so I'm gonna go and rescue her. Come back over here, get my kids ready for the market tomorrow. Y'all make sure y'all come out and support. All right. So family, this is Brother Hatim, and for some reason y'all scared to call in. Calling you out, chicken. Scaredy cat. You scared ass. I'm just joking. Y'all gonna have a great night. This Brother Hatim, I'm out. I gotta figure out how to cut off this Streamlabs make. It shouldn't be this hard, Streamlabs. Really, it shouldn't. It shouldn't be this hard, Streamlabs. It shouldn't be that hard.